Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. My name is Brooklyn and today I'm going to be going over my 2025 goals. This is really helping me because I'm putting it all down on paper. I am going to check in every 4 months just to kind of hold myself accountable. Writing it down really works for me. I really like lists, things like that. So I think this will really help me stay on track. So I'm going to start off with my personal goals first. My first one is going to be to Bible journal every night. I did start a Bible journal. That's something that's important to me. Taking time to connect with God, write down my thoughts. So I'm doing that in the form of a junk journal. If you don't know what a junk journal is, it's just kind of like scraps of paper and things like that you kind of mesh together. And then, now I did cover these up with sticky notes because I did already write some personal stuff in here, but I really like postcards and things like that. So I have it starting off with a postcard. I have personal stuff written on there, and then it's just kind of a collage of different things. So I have praises and prayer requests. So I just kind of make different spreads for every 2 days. I have the dates on there. This is a blank one to kind of give you an idea. So I want to hold myself accountable, do that every night, and yeah, take some time with that. So I'm enjoying that so far. Next, I want to work out at least 3 times a week. So my main thing is I'm not looking at the scale. I am not counting calories, anything like that. I just want to move my body. I've found when I try to really count calories, things like that, it overwhelms me. So my goal is to just move my body at least 3 times a week, whether that be on the treadmill, lift. I usually lift with my husband, but I'm trying to be more independent with it and enjoy it for myself. I also have been really trying to regulate my hormones, and with that, I will be doing that with working out as well. I do have something called PCOS, and it's polycystic ovarian syndrome, and your hormones can fluctuate a lot, and it can cause a lot of issues. I've also been following this book. It's called Meal She Eats. It's Tom and Rachael Sullivan's book. Rachel does have PCOS, and it's just a book kind of explaining PCOS, women's cycles, hormones, things like that, and it's a recipe book to kind of help balance your hormones. So I think it's good for anyone who has cycles, things like that. You don't have to have PCOS, but this has been very, very helpful. So I will be continuing to use that. Next, I want to read at least 12 books this year. Last year, I wasn't as intense with it, and I think I only got like 5 or 6 books. I just had a lot going on last year. We got married. I really do enjoy reading, but I don't like to make it a chore. I've been using the app called Fable to kind of track my books, genres, things like that, book recommendations, and you can follow friends on that. Right now, I started off 2025 with 3 Dark Crowns. Really, really like it. I've read it one other time before, but I did not read the books that come after that, so I am rereading that and going on to the other books after. Next, I want to complete a baby quilt. Someone that I know is having a baby in February, and I really want to get that done. I need to complete the face of the quilt, and then I'll start actually hand quilting it. But I tend to start quilts, and then I pick them up a couple months later, so I need to really be diligent and just finish it. And then my last personal goal is upload at least 1 YouTube video a week. I put this under my personal goals because I'm using this YouTube channel to keep myself accountable. I'm not worried about how many subscribers or likes or anything like that. I just know if I upload, then I have to keep uploading to do that weekly. So that is one of my goals this year. And then next we'll go to financial goals. My first one is to pay off student loans by the end of May. Student loans are the only debt that we have left. We worked really hard last year to get my car paid off, my husband's student loans paid off, so all we have left is just some of my student loans. So we have, well, I'll go over how much we have in the plan for that, but that's what we're projected right now is like the end of May. After we are done, paying our student loans, we'd like to go to Mexico. My one friend goes all the time, and we are planning on going with her and her boyfriend, so we need to save for that. That will be after we pay off debt. And then after Mexico, we would like to have $30,000 towards a house down payment by the end of 2025. We do want more than this for a house down payment, but then by the end of 2025, if I could talk, by the end of 2025 I would like to have that much. We just found out some good news. We are in an apartment right now, and we sign yearly leases, and we went down to the office and talked to them, and actually since we've been here for over a year, we've been here about 2 years now, we can break the lease at any time. We just have to give them a 30-day notice and just pay for that month. We're not stuck in it for the whole year. So that's good. That way, when we are ready to move out, we don't have to worry about staying there for the whole year. And then lastly is to complete the 100 envelope challenge. I did start this last year. It's not a big priority right this second, that is, but it is something we are using. I've been saying it's going to go towards the house down payment. However, it might end up going towards like things like moving expenses, furniture, appliances, things like that, depending. But either way, I want to finish it by the end of 2025. Okay, moving on to my debt payoff plan. So, starting in January, we have $28,847 left for debt. Now, I looked at this month, and I did not allocate my paychecks for part of December too, because I work in a dental office, and sometimes my paychecks, depending on the pay period, gets pushed into the next month. So some of my pay periods from December got pushed into January, or we had got money for Christmas, things like that I just haven't allocated towards debt yet. So counting December's pay money, and then adding January's money, we're going to be able to subtract around like $8,800, which is really, really good. So that'll bring us down starting February with about $20,000. Just looking at last year's income, before we did both get raises this year, we were putting about like $4,800 to $5,000 away at debt each month, which is very good. So we just want to continue that. So if we subtract $5,000 each month, we'll start March with $15,000. Again, subtract 5. April will be down to 10. Subtract 5,000, and then May will be left with 5,000. At the end of May, we should be able to pay all of our debt off, which is really, really exciting. We've been working very diligently at that it has been a main focus of ours. And then probably June, we'll go to Mexico, so we'll have the money for that as soon as we're done paying that off. So it's actually relatively cheap to go to Mexico, which is nice, and I know we'll have a good time. We're thinking maybe 5 days there. And then right when we get back from Mexico, we are going to start saving for a down payment on a house to hopefully have that $30,000. We were kind of going over a budget, and I think our magic number is going to be more like $60,000. We might not need that much, but just to like, we're like very cautious with things, so I think $60,000 would make us feel better going into it. Even if we don't put that all on a down payment, it's good to have as an extra emergency fund, because I know houses cost a lot and have a lot of things that can go wrong. We do have an emergency fund aside from all of that, so just a small one until our debt is paid off. But yeah, that is the goal, that is the plan, and I'm using this to just kind of hold myself accountable, and I will go over this again in about 4 months, probably the end of April, just to check in and see how I'm doing. But thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week.